Smithers to motherfucking all here today, of course, to give you guys Strike the Blood episode 6 motherfucking review. And this episode right here, I gotta be honest, of course I'll say this again, fuck it, why not? Over fucking slept. Well, slept early, fuck it, 5 o'clock, fucking long ass day at school, 7, fuck it. I'm out, fuck it. 1 o'clock, 1:30, fuck it, why not? More videos, fuck it, why not? Anyway, this episode to me was pretty simple. I mean, all of the big highlights came at the end. Like, the really big ones, except for a couple in the beginning, which basically, this motherfucker Valtor, like legit, is apparently he's devoured, like, 2 fucking, like, second generation vampires, which is somewhat of a big deal. Because first generation, I assume, would be the people bitten by, like, the Dracula. They'd be considered the first generation. You know, the people that originally just received, like, the direct bloodline trait, and then since they weren't 100% pure, but yet they were the first generation, you know, they weren't Dracula himself, I'm assuming, or something like that, then they were, like, first generation. In the first generation, they bit it down, but since they weren't, you know, the 100% pure, they weren't Dracula himself, then it slowly broke down, and they became less stronger as the generations go on. But second generation, that's still mad powerful. That's like one step down from first generation, which is usually like is just, you know, a little bit weaker than if there was in this anime the top of the top. If not, then these niggas were the top of the top. These niggas right here were the top of the top. Either way, damn. I mean, niggas somewhat strong. He's devoured 2 of them, and I'm assuming that first generation vampires would be, I want to say, strong, but I don't want to say, you know, progenitor level strong. And I don't really want to say that the 4 progenitor, you know, the first, the second, and the third progenitor are in first generation category. I don't want to say that. I want to say that they're above that, because then that would add more diversity. And we haven't been clear on the subject, so I'm just going to assume that they're higher than that. Either way, that was a big piece of information that, you know, we needed to know. You know, there's a category of vampires, and they're in, like, rankings. And we don't exactly know where the progenitors stand, but this dude's pretty strong. He's devoured second generations, so I gotta assume that he might be like first generation level, which is why I don't say he's progenitor level. Like, if you can devour 2 second generations and yourself, you'd have to be like second generation or first generation. Now, I want to say he's maybe first generation, since he's devoured 2 of them. I mean, when you really look at it, it was a nice tidbit of information, and we also find out Yukina's like fucking friend, she's like a fucking assassin, and she's all for Yukina, and she like hates fucking Akatsuki. He's like, no, Kojo, get the fuck out. And like, why are you doing this? And she finds out all this stuff about him, or about her basically being his blood bank, and she gets upset by that, and the whole thing about him with fucking Ogiso, and she's like trying to seduce him, and like she's all over him, and the way Yukina's taking this, like, oh my god, what if you went? Well, she's taking it in a different direction. She really is. Like, you know that this bitch, you know what she's feeling. She's like, oh my god, why is he with that other girl? But no, she's blowing it off at him like, oh my god, what if you lost control? Then what would you have done? Like, you would have ripped her apart. Like, and so that's a big thing. And then after being constantly surveilled throughout the episode and all these like sexual situations and talks and information about this ancient weapon that these motherfuckers want, and they need somebody to decrypt it, and we find out that basically these niggas are pulling up in a van to the fucking school, fucking locked and loaded. They're about to invade this fucking school, and they're about to kidnap this bitch. Fucking Akatsuki's friend, Ogiso. And Ogiso is on a whole nother level, like traitorous shit. She's like fucking like informing and using her sexiness to get information out of him and figure out what's going on. And I don't know exactly if she knows who he is or not. And I still don't know if she knows. I want to say that she did, but I'm not 100% sure. They might have said it, but I just don't know. Because she's a really good actress in this anime, like, when you really think about it. Like, I never expected her to be like this crazy double agent trying to get information from her. Either way, these motherfuckers in the van are pulling up. Bitch comes out of nowhere trying to kill fucking Akatsuki, cuts his chest. Oh no, red eyes, nigga's powering up. He's about to go out of control. Fucking Ogiso, she sees him. He's like, he looks at her. Oh no, nigga. So basically, all we got is this: the 4th progenitor is powering up. which could be a tragic thing since you can. She went out to get a drink. But if this nigga goes full power and he starts doing crazy ass shit, he's gonna attract a lot of attention. And Ogaso already just saw him is transforming. So this could lead to even worse. Even more people see that aren't her friend, that aren't his friends, that could keep a secret somewhat, even though she's kind of like a spy. Still, just think about it. Like if this nigga starts doing crazy shit, all of a sudden everybody's hearing about the fourth gender. Oh no! Not only like some people know, now the whole world knows, and this becomes like a giant crazy issue. So it's a crazy situation, and I'm just thinking worst timing, bros. You niggas came at the absolute worst time of your life. Cause I swear to God, if you put a gun to this bitch, this nigga is gonna rip you limb from limb. No, that's his friend, and in the amount of anger he'd have if you even pointed a gun at the bitch. Oh no. He'll fucking rip you for limb. You can get off a shot. The nigga's gonna make sure you spend eternity in hell, muff. He's gonna ass rape you all down there for life. Like, he's gonna fuck you up. You're done, son. So these niggas pick the worst possible timing, but I can still see them possibly getting away with her. I can. If like he's powering up and you can just calming him down and turn this thing over here while she's just watching, like, oh my god, I gotta report this. All of a sudden, niggas with guns come around her. She beats up a couple of them because they don't know who she really is, but she ends up getting caught in the end, like knocked the fuck out and taken away. And as he's just lately really coming out of it, oh my god, she was taken, and it could happen in one of two ways. Either one way I see it happening is he doesn't really, he sees it. Nah, first way he sees it and he's like, oh my god, she was taken. Second way, nobody's seen her in a while. She knows about a secret, so he goes looking for her, but he can't find her. And then he just happens to see her, like, oh my god, she was taken. He comes to the conclusion, or a little branch off of that is he doesn't really figure it out, and then he just, oh my god, she was taken. Like, he finds out from a third source. And there are multiple possibilities. Like, there's a couple more onto that, but you get the basic gist. I have a sense that if these niggas don't get destroyed, if he doesn't get calmed down in a different area, if Always Soul's left alone, she's gonna get taken. I'm just seeing it happen. Because they need her to, decrypt this fucking graph so they can use this ancient fucking, like, automatronic, like, what do they call it again? It's not a life form. It isn't. It's a life form, but it isn't, it's an inorganic life form. Which basically means you're fucked up if this thing comes to life. Inorganic life form, That's basically, it's an organism, but it isn't. It's like nanites. Like, for instance, if a shitload of nanites formed a giant robot and fucked up your house and then dispersed into little nanites and killed your ass. And then just made a giant ass fucking robot again. Like, that's how you could consider inorganic fucking organisms. That's how I consider them. Like, no, you're fucking with crazy shit. These niggas, they can be shot at. They can reform their body. You're done. So if this weapon comes out, I see, because this fucking weapon is a country destroyer. Country destroyer. And that's basically the situation. So we'll have to see what happens next week. We really will. But if she doesn't get kidnapped and she doesn't reveal her identity, because that's also a second ability, second possibility, then yeah, it would be very interesting if she doesn't get kidnapped. But I'm just hoping that they go off of the cliche route that I see, and they find a new way to spin it that surprises me. I really do. But if they don't, then I'm like, yes, I'm right. But if I'm wrong, I get to be like, yes, I was surprised. So either way, we'll see how it goes. This is over here. You know what? The amount of shit that they set up. And, oh yeah, they also met with the maid, and you know what? I want to give it a 9. But when he was powering up at the end, that was kind of cool. And the fact that she saw it was a big shocker. So yeah, 9.1 out of 10. It was a great episode. As Ducati sees it, Ogaso found out that he's really the fourth progenitor. And he doesn't know that she's like a fucking spy and all this other shit. And so, it's like a big deal in his mind. Like, oh my god, she saw me. That's a big conflict. Because now, even if Ogaso knew before that he was a fourth progenitor, now she can't like hide about it or lie about it. And so, and if she didn't, now she has a giant ass piece of juicy information. She's surprised as shit. And so, either way, damn. So it was a big shocker. And so I gotta say 9.1 out 9.1 out of 10. It was a great episode. It bumped up from the regular good that it was, you know, with all the information and the little like hints here and there and the situations and you know a little comedy here. I was like, yeah, I'm digging the episode. Then this shit can't happen, and I'm like, holy shit, no, wait, what? So yeah. So with that being said, Smithers to motherfucking R. Strike the Blood episode 6. 9.1 out of 10. It was a great episode. Now can I wait for next week? Hopefully non-cliche, and I didn't call it, but we'll see. Either way, Smithers to motherfucking R. Peace the fuck out.